Welcome to today's explainer. Look, if you're an educator, you already know lesson planning is this crazy mix of art and science. But sometimes, despite giving it your absolute all, things just don't click, right? Well, today, I'm going to be your mentor and teacher coach to help you build dynamic lesson plans that actually work every single time. We're breaking down a blueprint you can apply to any subject and any grade level. Let's just start by acknowledging a universal truth. Are you tired of flat lessons? I mean, we've all been there. You're standing at the front of the room, delivering what you think is a brilliant explanation, and you look out at a sea of totally glazed over eyes. You can actually feel the energy draining right out of the room. It's frustrating, it's exhausting, and it's kind of the exact opposite of why we got into teaching. But hey, don't worry, because you're definitely not alone, and better yet, this is completely fixable. I want to assure you right now that the ultimate remedy to disengage students isn't about suddenly turning into a stand-up comedian. It's all about structure. We're going to use this empowering, reliable 5-step process today. It's basically designed to naturally capture attention, keep that momentum going, and ensure your students are, actually learning. Okay, let's map this out. Today's explainer covers 1, fixing the flat lesson, 2, objectives and the hook, 3, the teach practice rhythm, 4, quick checks for understanding, 5, the final wrap-up, and 6, your lesson planning toolkit. Let's jump right into section 1, fixing the flat lesson. So this really illustrates the core issue we face right out of the gate. Think about it. A bad objective just states a topic, like fractions. It's totally passive. A strong objective, on the other hand, is skill-based, like add fractions. By framing your goal around a specific, actionable skill, you're instantly guaranteeing that students are going to actually do something, rather than just sit back and hear you talk about a broad topic. You're transforming them from passive listeners into active participants from minute 1. Moving right along to section 2, objectives and the hook. Once you've got that strong objective, how do you actually get them to care? 5. The first 5 minutes of your lesson are absolutely critical. This is your window. If you don't get your students on board within these first 5 minutes, you're going to spend the rest of the period fighting a massive uphill battle just to win back their attention. You have to grab their curiosity the absolute second the bell rings. So how exactly do we do that? We use a hook. And these strategies are surprisingly simple. If your skill is adding fractions, don't just start writing numbers on a board. Use the pizza scenario. Ask them how they'd split a single pizza among their friend group if everyone wanted totally different amounts. Suddenly, abstract math is grounded in a relatable, real-world reality. Other great hooks: throw up a surprising statistic that contradicts what they think they know. Or ask a really provocative real-world question they have to debate with the person next to them. The whole goal is to create a gap in their knowledge that they suddenly desperately want to fill. Now that you have them hooked, let's look at section 3, the teach practice rhythm. This dynamic rhythm is literally the heartbeat of an engaging classroom. Step 1, teach a little. Step 2, practice a little. Step 3, repeat the loop. We absolutely have to abandon the idea of lecturing for 30 minutes straight. Instead, introduce a concept, say finding the common denominator, for just a few minutes. Then, boom, you immediately hand the baton over to the students. Let them practice that one specific bite-sized skill. Once they've got it, you take the baton back, teach the next small step, and let them practice again. Constantly shifting the energy like this keeps momentum incredibly high and stops anyone from zoning out. Next up, section 4, quick checks for understanding. We need to define what a quick formative check actually is. It's a rapid, informal assessment used mid-lesson to gauge student comprehension without stopping the momentum. Notice those keywords, rapid and informal. This isn't a quiz. It's not graded. This is just a real-time diagnostic tool for you to see if the students are successfully completing that practice a little phase we just talked about. The absolute crucial point here is executing these checks without totally derailing your class. Here are 3 incredibly effective methods. First, the simple thumbs up or thumbs down. Give me a thumbs up if you found the common denominator, thumbs down if you're stuck. It takes 2 seconds. Second, the solve and hold up. Have them solve a problem on a mini whiteboard and hold it up. You get instant visual data from the entire room at a glance. Third, turn and explain to a partner. If they can explain it to their neighbor, they get it. These checks keep everyone accountable, energy stays high, and you know exactly who needs help before moving on. Almost done. Section 5, the final wrap-up. You've maintained this awesome momentum, so please don't let the lesson just fall flat at the finish line. Think about an abrupt end. The bell rings and you're yelling about Chapter 4 homework over the chaos of packing bags. We've all done it, but it kind of shatters the learning environment. Instead, go for an intentional wrap-up. Stop teaching 3 minutes before the bell. Ask for a one-sentence summary of the day's skill, or throw an exit question on the board they have to answer before leaving. This firmly cements the learning objective in their minds and ties a nice, neat bow on the whole experience. Let's pull the whole shebang together in Section 6, your lesson planning toolkit.
Here is your reliable roadmap. 1. Set a clear, actionable, skill-based objective. 2. Create a killer hook in those vital first 5 minutes. 3. Use the teach-practice rhythm. Teach a little, practice a little. 4. Embed quick checks, like whiteboards, to monitor understanding. And 5. Plan an intentional wrap-up and reflection. This 5-step framework works for math, history, PE, art, you name it. It's totally universal.
I really hope you feel empowered to take this blueprint into your classroom tomorrow. For more insights and strategies to keep elevating your craft, make sure to follow the Teacher's Toolkit for more lesson planning tips. I want to leave you with a thought, directly modeling our own Step 5 wrap-up for this explainer. Think about the very next lesson you're going to teach. If your students had to summarize that lesson in one sentence as they walked out the door, what would they say? Would it be a vague topic or a specific skill they now confidently possess? Take this blueprint, build that engagement, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.